thanks so much for joining us. Oil service giant Halliburton, the largest military contractor in Iraq, is moving its headquarters and its CEO, David Lazar, from Houston to Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. Halliburton stock up 0.5% today, gaining 0.17 of a point. The move is being met with mixed reaction on Capitol Hill. Bill Barker is a senior analyst with the Motley Fool. Faiz Shakir is the director of research with the Center for American Progress. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Bill, what makes Dubai so attractive to Halliburton?
Well, it's really the future center for oil in the region. It's already a very major player. It's probably the Houston of that part of the world. And I think that it makes a lot of sense for Halliburton, if it's looking at its next 50 years of business, to think, well, does it make more sense to be centered in Dubai or in Houston? And I think Dubai is a good choice.
Are they trying to disassociate themselves with America, do you think, Bill?
No, not at all. I think the growth is going to be in that part of the world, and it only makes sense to be there so that they can take advantage of participating in that growth.
Faiz, do you think Halliburton is an easy target, or is all the attention of this relocation not really justified?
Oh, I think it's certainly justified. They've made themselves a target. I think what you've heard so far is that it makes good business sense to take this move. But I think that's very narrow-minded, and I think it's not the only lens through which we should view this deal. I think we should also look at it through the political context, make a normative judgment about whether this is right or not. And in order to make that normative judgment, we need to determine what are Halliburton's motives here.
What do you think their motives are?
Yeah, well, I have some concerns about whether they're trying to avoid congressional investigations, whether they're trying to avoid paying U.S. taxes. I don't know for sure, but Halliburton hasn't been forthcoming on this issue or on many others. So they've brought it upon themselves, this kind of baggage that they carry, and so it's proper that I think they're being viewed with a lot of skepticism today.
Bill, is that suspicion justified, do you think?
Well, I'm not here to defend Halliburton in any respect.
No, but is it possible they're moving to get away from U.S. regulators or for tax purposes?
Well, it's possible that they would move for taxes, but they've said that's not what they're doing. They're still going to be incorporated and registered in the United States. So unless they're just lying about that, then no, that's got nothing to do with the move. As far as getting out or away from investigations, I also don't see how it would really help to put the spotlight on themselves by doing this. To get out of the way of investigations. They've still got a major presence here. They're, more located here than anywhere else, and that'll be true for years.
Bill, it does seem like a no-brainer from an investor standpoint. They're closer to the business that they're going to be doing. They're closer to their customers. Mm-hmm. Are there any potential dangers, though, from a business point of view of doing a drastic relocation like this?
Well, the danger that I thought about today was just in terms of whether they might lose any of their top talent. It depends on just how much of their activities they plan on moving there. I can certainly see a lot of spouses and families concerned today about the possibility of moving away from their homes in Houston to Dubai. And so I think there probably will be some concern about how to keep all of the key employees that they want to keep.
Faiz, I'll give you the final word. In your opinion, what's the most troubling aspect of this relocation?
Well, instead, I think that they're trying to avoid congressional investigations. There's still outstanding investigations on whether they've overbilled on Iraq. The defense auditor said that they've overbilled by $2.7 billion. They've mistreated U.S. troops in Iraq by serving bad food, bad water. I think that the more Congress is able to look into this, I think it raises more suspicions about other countries who want to deal with Halliburton. They're, of course, under investigation in France and Kuwait, by Switzerland. So I think that there are a lot of questions here, and the more Congress can look into their motives, I think it's the right thing to do.
All right, gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us. When we return, On the Money.